What's up guys and girls, Uber Mike SoCal here with another update to my YouTube channel. In today's topic, I'm going to be covering 9 months of my personal experience driving with Uber. This is both a retrospective and an updated perspective on my experience, both good and bad, driving for Uber. When I first started driving for Uber in the last week of January 2016, I was in a situation to where I had just quit a job that I had been working for a long time in terms of my sales background of 15 years, and I was burnt out and sick of it and wanted to try something different. That's how I got started into Uber. I applied to it. I got approved about a month and a half later as I submitted my application for Uber in the second week of December. It took forever for my background check to come through. I was short on money. It was a very frustrating time. So when I first started, I knew nothing about Uber. If you're watching these videos and you're trying to learn from not only my perspective, but others that have been in a similar situation with Uber, I didn't have access to any of these to my knowledge. After a month or so of driving, figured out things that were not really to my benefit, what worked, what didn't. And mainly I learned in the first month or two that your area where you live at might not necessarily be the most profitable and sensible area to work for Uber. So in my first month or two, I made a lot of rookie mistakes, GPS, navigation errors. If you use Google Maps, Waze, whatever you do, I'm going to create another video going into specifics about that, of some common errors, what you can do to get better at it, and just learning from your mistakes. So that would be one thing. The second thing, besides the area I was working, that was the biggest one, was how to deal with various passengers. In your first week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, you're still learning how to interact with your passengers. That's not to say you don't know how to carry a conversation. What I mean is, how do I address personality differences? How do I address different cultures? How do you deal with an older demographic, a younger demographic? All these things are also going to be in another video here to follow shortly. I'll go into more of that. But these are all the things that I was learning from my own experience with Uber, both good and bad. I would like to say that Uber has presented me a very good part-time job. For everyone that isn't familiar with Uber yet or is considering driving, I do not recommend Uber as a full-time job. Why do I not recommend Uber as a full-time job? Well, there are a few reasons. For one, there is a lot of dead time on the areas that you work. For instance, let's say it's a Monday past the morning rush hour, people going to work, let's say it's 10 in the morning. Well, from 10 to about 2, there's not much going on. If you work full time, you're going to have some time on your hands. Not every area is created equal. If you live in a busy metropolitan area, you still will get some rides, but it won't be near as busy as, let's say, 3 p.m. through 9 p.m. That's generally when I work. So you had to learn, when do I work? What days are profitable? What days are not profitable? What times are profitable? All these are interesting questions that you have to learn on your own. I can't tell you how it's going to be like in your area unless you live where I live, then I can. But for the vast majority, we all have our differences on our neighborhoods and where we're at. So as a perspective, looking back on it, I did make a few mistakes in the first couple months, but after about month 3, month 4, I pretty much had it down. So to give you a variance here, when I first started, I was looking at maybe 200, 300 bucks in a week, working about 25, 30 hours. Not very much. Nothing to write home about. Now, if I put in 30, 35 hours at the very most, it's all I ever work. I never go past the 40 mark. I will generally make anywhere from $550 to $750 for working generally 4 days. I would say 4 days of 8 hours apiece is about right of driving to make that much. Now in your area, that may or may not be the case. You might be in an area that's just a slow area. Maybe you don't have anywhere to go. In that case, Uber is not going to be that busy for you. But the good thing about Uber is you can do it whenever you want. You have no boss, you have no time schedule. So for anyone looking to do a part-time job and make a decent income, Uber is definitely the way to go. I will stress again, not a full-time job. If you drive full-time, for Uber, God bless you, but I wouldn't recommend it. You want to make a few extra $100 throughout the week, all on your own schedule, totally worth it. So there's a perspective for you guys. I still drive for Uber. The past week or so, I have not done a whole lot of driving, but I'm still doing it. As usual, guys, hit like if you like this video, leave a comment below, and hit subscribe for all my videos, past, present, and future. From yours truly, Uber Mike SoCal. See you next time.